Hey, Lazy Girl Approved fam. I am back today with something a little bit different. So I know I usually do wigs, but I wanted to start branching out into other things. So today I'm going to do a review for Mr. Iced Coffee. And if you're new to my channel, it is Lazy Girl Approved. And basically, I do reviews to make sure that things or show you whether or not things are Lazy Girl approved or not. So, is this something that is easy or is it complicated? Is it worth the money? Is it not worth the money? That type of thing. So, I have been wanting an iced coffee maker for quite some time and just didn't get around to it until a month ago. And I wanted to use this thing for a little while before I did this review so that it's not here it is out of the package and I can't really tell you anything about it because I haven't used it. So I wanted to use it for a while and then do this review. So that's where we're at today. So I am going to be showing you how the Mr. Iced Coffee works, giving you some details and my thoughts on it. So stay tuned, watch this if you want to see whether you should buy it or not. All right, so this is the Mr. Coffee Iced Coffee Maker with reusable tumbler and coffee filter. So this is their website. I got it at Walmart. You can get it on Amazon. If you want to get it today, you can get it at Walmart and Target if it's in stock near where you are. If you want to just wait a couple days and get it off Amazon, you can do that as well. They are about the same price, plus or minus $1 at any of these places. So it's your preference. I will put a link to the one on Amazon just because I'm an affiliate, an Amazon affiliate, and I get a couple cents when you guys use my links to buy stuff. So if you're going to get it off Amazon, do that for me, pretty please, so that I can keep bringing you these free reviews of cool stuff. So anyways, the cool thing is, and I didn't know this because I just bought it in black, that's all Walmart had, is it actually comes in different colors. So it has matte black and gold. It looks like though the gold is just the coffee filter, which is weird. They have cool gray, warm burgundy, which is pretty, soft lavender, which is also pretty, and stocky. That's interesting. I think that's how you say that. I think that's how you you cannot see the picture. It looks like it's maybe a teal though. So I would have purchased that if I knew that was available. So specifications, we're not going to read through all of this, but the weight is 3.7 pounds, wattage is 700, requires no batteries. Let's take a look at it on Amazon. So on Amazon, you have three choices of colors: burgundy, lavender, and black. And you do, so it's 24.98. And let me see. So Walmart is also 24.98. Target is 24.99. So it's just a matter of where you want to get it from. They're just about the same. The option you do have though on Amazon is you can get this Mr. Iced coffee with one tumbler or two. So for 24.98 you get one, and for 49.98 you get two tumblers. You don't necessarily need two tumblers, but I will say I wish I would have gotten this one or known about it because they kind of get, so this is my tumbler now. It doesn't look bad. It's just compared to when I first got it, it was like super crystal clear and you can only hand wash this. So now it's a little bit dingy. I can probably fix that with some ice and salt and lemons, make it sparkle again. But sometimes I forget to rinse it out and then I need to wash it and I'm soaking it and soaking it. It'd be nice to have a second one. So if I did that and it's soaking, I don't have to wait. So first world problems, I totally understand. But if you are like me, you might want to consider, and you have some extra dough, you might consider getting that one. So this says capacity 1.4 pounds, so I don't know. It's a 22-ounce tumbler, and I am actually going to show you guys how it works. And then we will come back and talk about the pros and cons and all of that. So let's get into how this thing works. All right, so this is the coffee machine and the tumbler. out of the package for about a month. I've been using it. So this is what it looks like after a month, and it is actually repellent, dust repellent, and fingerprint repellent. I haven't wiped it down, and it still looks pretty good after a month. This is the tumbler that comes with it, and it is pretty solid. I have knocked it over, and it does not leak out of the lid. I'm sure it would leak out of the straw if you left it on its side long enough. The first thing you're going to do is take that tumbler, and you're going to fill it with water from whatever your water source is. Mine in this case is the refrigerator, and you're going to fill it to that water line it has marked on the tumbler. Now, it is a little hard for us with bad eyesight to see that line, but hey. And then you're going to take that water to the coffee machine. You're going to pop off the top part there. It should just come right off. It's not that hard. It's not stuck on there. It might take a little jiggle. You're going to pour that water into this little water reservoir here. And if you have another water source that you want to use, like a pitcher or something else, you can just pour it in there. It does have a marking for max water line in there, so you can do it that way if you don't want to use the tumbler. And then you put that top piece back on, and it does take a little getting used to get used to getting it on there secure, but you'll kind of feel it and hear it click and set in. It also comes with a scoop for serving, one serving. So each of those scoops is one serving. So get one scoop of whatever coffee you want to use. I use Maxwell House. I know some of you will be like, yuck, but I like their breakfast blend. It's just right. So you're going to pour that into the filter, and then you are going to close the lid. Then you're going to want to take your tumbler to your ice source, which again for me is my refrigerator, and fill it up to that line that says ice. Again, it's kind of hard to see, but you'll be able to see it in person. Now, I filled it a little too much. It's really going to depend on how you want your coffee to taste. So if you put less ice, it's going to be stronger. More ice, it's going to be more watery. And then you put that under there. Flush against it, and make sure that that little setting is set to water on the left hand side. And then you're going to hit the start button on the left hand side, and there you go. All right, so now your coffee is done, and you add whatever flavor you want to it. Mine is Coffee Mate French Vanilla. And the easiest way to stir it is to use the straw. So I just take the straw. Usually I take the lid off and take the straw and stir it. In this instance, I chose to swirl it for some reason. I don't know why. But that is it. That is all it takes for this Mr. Iced Coffee. It just takes a couple minutes. And this is what it looks like after it's done. And you obviously see here that the water has all drained out except for a little drops there. I will say that it does continue to drip for a while, just like a regular coffee machine. So I just stick a paper towel under there. That's one of the cons, I think, is that it continues to drip for quite some time. But, you know, I'll take it. This means I don't have to drive to Starbucks. Okay, so you've seen how it works, what it looks like, what it does, all of that. So let me give you the pros and the cons. So the pros for me are it's $25. So I was spending probably $9 a coffee at Starbucks or other places. When I was going into the office, I did that every day because Starbucks for me is a necessity when I have to be in front of people and actually, have a conversation. And Starbucks is one of the only things that will wake me up no matter what. And I'm sure it's the espresso. So if I got an espresso machine, I probably could do the same thing because I would get extra shots in my Starbucks. When I wasn't in the office, I would go every once in a while, maybe one or two, maybe three times a week. but we have moved to the country and I don't even know where the closest Starbucks is. It's not something that to me is worth driving there for, but there are days when I'm super tired and I want coffee. So I decided to get this coffee maker, this iced coffee maker. And let me tell you, I'm glad I did. Again, $25. Pros, I mean, you have iced coffee, you can make it how you want. It's pretty foolproof. So you have those I showed you. The lines you fill the water up to, the lines you fill the ice up to. I guess you could mess it up, but it'd be kind of hard to mess it up. So at least it's like dummy proof. And for a lot of us, before you've had coffee, that's what you need is a dummy proof thing to make coffee because you are not awake yet. So that's definitely a pro. You can use whatever coffee you want. So you can use Starbucks coffee if you want. I use Maxwell House. A lot of people probably think that's disgusting, but if you haven't had the Maxwell House breakfast blend, it's like perfection. So I use that and then a little bit of, or a lot, like a little coffee with my creamer. The liquid creamers, and I'm good to go. I love it. So that's definitely a pro. It's not difficult to use. I can kind of do it with my eyes closed and half asleep. So there's that. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's not too loud. It's about the same, maybe a little quieter than a coffee machine. It's definitely faster, I would say, than waiting for a whole pot to brew. So those are the pros. And the cons, I would say the biggest one is these lines. You can't, if you are older or you have bad vision, like I've had bad vision my whole life, but it's really bad now that I'm over 40. You can't see that very well when it's under the water dispenser or the ice machine in my fridge, and it's stainless steel. So this is gray or silver writing against that, so I just can't see it. So I have to like turn it and line it up and look, and now I kind of know where it goes to, but then you might be getting inconsistent coffee because you might have a little bit too much, not enough. So I don't like that. As far as they should have thought that through a little more. It's hard to see for some of us. You can fill the water directly into the machine because it does have like a level where it says like max. So you could do that. And then the ice, I don't really look at the line. I just kind of make sure it goes to here with a little bit of room in there. And you could put less ice. You're just going to have different results. Sometimes it does feel a little or taste a little watery sometimes. So I've started to play with the ice levels because you want it to cool it off, but you don't want it to be like watered down. And that it is a cool thing about there's like some sort of quick cooling technology, it's so it says, and it does like it's not hot. So when it's done, it's not hot. So it does what it says it's going to do. I've tried to make hot coffee and just pour it over ice, and it must be like the ratio, or they do actually have this technology in there that's different because it never came out right. So that's why I got this because I just was like, I don't know how to do this. So another con is that filter basket thingy. It can be pretty finicky. So like sometimes you have to like jiggle it around to get it lined up. And when I first got it, I was like, how does this even work? And how do I get back on there? So, but once you've done it a couple times, you kind of get the drift of it, but it's still sometimes like they could have really done a better design with that and getting that in place much easier. The other con is that it drips for a while. Not a super long time, just kind of like a coffee machine does. It just drips, after it's done. So I let it sit there for a couple minutes, but you don't want to let it sit there too long because it's going to melt more ice and get watery. So it still drips some after you take the cup away, and there's no tray at the bottom to catch that drip. So I end up just putting a paper towel underneath it to catch that drip or wipe it up later. So that's another con. But overall, it is 100,000,000% Lazy Girl approved. For $25, yeah. I mean, I don't have any other machine to compare it to. I just have, you know, Starbucks and the other, coffee, Dunkin' Donuts, stuff like that to compare it to. Is it as good as that? No, because I'm not a barista that knows how to mix all this stuff together. Is it as good as my hot coffee, just cold? Yes. So that's all I was going for is can I make it taste like my hot coffee, but be cold so that I'm not sweating to death in 100+ degree weather. So 100-degree Fahrenheit for those of you that are in the US. Some of you will be like, 100 degree, that's nothing. So, overall, if you like iced coffee, this is definitely something you should invest in, even if maybe you want to just cut down on your trips to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or what have you. And some days you make coffees yourself, and some days you go get them. It's worth it even for that. So, let me know what you guys think of it, those of you that have used it and have it and whatnot. Do you agree with me that it's worth it? And if you do go out and purchase it, let me know how you like it in the comments. As always, thank you guys for hanging out and for supporting me, and I will see you again soon. Also, let me know in the comments if there's a specific gadget or thing that you want me to do a review for before you purchase it, and I'll take a look and see if it's something I think I could use and do a review on. So, thanks again, guys. Bye.